All right, what is up, guys? Today we're gonna be doing some stuff with Jeed. So say hello, Jeed. Jayden's his real name, but he goes by Jeed.
Hello, Jeed.
All right. Um, so before we get into it, I just want to remind you guys to promote my channel any way you can. Always appreciated. And yeah, that's about all I gotta say. Comment, tell me what you want to see, text me, whatever, and let's get into this. All right, Jeed. What is your whole view on the whole NBA and the potential of coming back and all of that and how it affects players and yeah.
Um, I feel like it would and it wouldn't be a smart idea at the same time.
Yeah, that seems like a very smart thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It w-
go ahead. Yep.
all right. It would be a smart idea just to finish out the season, but it also wouldn't because obviously they're not going to play in front of fans. So that's the one big bummer that it comes out of. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I think the whole thing without fans, that's really what's hesitant because some guys playing without fans is just not going to work for them. You know what I mean?
true. Yeah.
And then also some teams are preparing and some aren't, so you got to take that into account. Um,
Yeah.
What about the NFL? How do you feel about the NFL starting on time, despite teams missing stuff, and they're not gonna be able to go through the same camps they would go through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not so smart with the NFL, but I guess it's also again when it comes to sports, you gotta really think smart. You can't just oh, we're gonna perform the whole season even though with this virus still might be happening. It's you gotta think a little bit when it comes to this.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think the safety has to be the first priority. And I don't really want to jeopardize the next NBA season by coming back too early.
Yeah, of course.
Because if we jeopardize the next NBA season, that's the absolute worst case scenario. Um,
Especially with all these good rookies in college right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's just a bummer though for people who it's their last year in college, not getting to do the tournament. Um,
Hmm.
who are your favorite prospects coming into the league next year?
Definitely, number one is definitely gonna be Lamelo Ball. I got big hopes for him. I hope he's gonna be better than Lonzo in his first season.
Well, I don't think that's going to be a tough That's not going to be a tough challenge. He shot what 40% from the free throw line. So
Yeah, and another one is definitely James Wiseman. I mean, the guy is just full of talent and potential.
oh for sure, yeah. He's just a I think his the worst case scenario for him is just being a starting center in the NBA. That's the absolute worst.
Right.
But he's also he's got Giannis level athleticism. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, the other guy I think is up there, and I think probably who I would actually take number one overall, not accounting for positional need, would be Anthony Edwards. Have you seen him play?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen some of his highlights.
I mean, he's just like Dwayne Wade on steroids, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Um, yeah, it's just a bummer because the whole everything's held back, so we can't move forward, and I don't know if the NFL's gonna get pushed back, and it's just affecting legacies of players, and it's just a all in all bad situation for sports and for societies in general. I mean, there's a pandemic going on, but
Right.
overall in sports, it's also just a bad situation. Um, because what if LeBron would have won this year? You know what I mean? What if he wouldn't?
Right.
I mean, that one championship is probably going to make the difference in a lot of people's books over him versus Jordan.
I totally agree with you on that.
So I don't think the Lakers have the same shot next year. That's where I'm mainly upset because I wanted to see them win. Because I believe he's the greatest ever and I want him to prove it.
Hmm.
But now if they go back and they shorten the season, there's not really like an alternative for him to get like the ultimate peak. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Um, do you follow any high school prospects coming up or no?
Uh, not as much. Yeah, not as much.
Not as much. All right. Um, now right now, I want to get your opinion on the GOAT debate. If you had to pick between Michael Jordan, LeBron, or someone else, if you want to throw someone else in there, have a field day with it. But who would be your GOAT?
I honestly, basketball in a whole general, basketball wise,
Yeah.
LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely LeBron. I mean, debatably, he can play 05. Very debatable. I don't think you want to have a 6'8" center, but
Yeah.
maybe. If you're that desperate, then I mean, LeBron can do it all. Safe to say.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at. And then I want to talk a little bit about the conversation we had in the group chat last night. I don't know how much of a part of it you were, but the whole era conversation.
Oh yeah, I saw briefly of it.
So what I'm saying here is, so we looked up stats and tried to translate them to the NBA and see where the Bulls would be in today's NBA. And we came to the conclusion as a group chat, most of the people in there, that the Bulls would be equivalent to the 76ers.
Alright, yeah, I could see that right now. Yeah.
Based on just like their lack of spacing and shooting,
Mm-hmm.
So now
now I'm thinking about that. I could see that. They're placing they would have a good rivalry probably with Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean it'd be close in the East. They're very similar just because of their lack of shooting, but their greatness everywhere else. But you got to reverse that too. You can't just say them at our era. We have to go with our players in their era, right?
Right. Yeah.
So now they didn't call as many fouls back then, right? So obviously you would get to the free throw line less, and for a guy like Steph Curry, that'd be very bad.
Mm-hmm.
But with LeBron, they also did not call charges as much.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second. LeBron in a game with like no charges called.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy to even think about.
I mean, he just run through everybody, and that's my opinion. What's your opinion on the whole era thing? Yeah.
Definitely they would. I could see the Bulls facing some good play. Definitely during the playoffs, they would definitely spice the East up because the East, everybody's like, the East is either the Celtics, the Bucks, the Raptors, or Philly is either going to the championship. But with the Bulls now, that just adds a little bit of spice to it.
Yeah, for sure. I think, in my opinion, the Bucks are like clearly ahead of the pack, and then everyone else has like a 2% chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go, and it's been good talking, and subscribe to the channel. Peace.